What's up, everyone? Thought I'd drop in and do a little bit of commentary for this match. DAMIAN PONGPANIK versus Jose Trevino. And it looks like Jose got up to a 3-0 start in the beginning. And DAMIAN coming back with a couple of strong finishes. Looks like at this level of the bracket, it's race to 9. Still on the A side, the 4th round of the A side. Who all's out there watching? Taking a look at the bracket, Shu-Cheng Chow is on the hill versus Michael Wormersley, 6-4. Clay Belvoir up 4-2 against Kyle Kleindl. Steve Klein is up 5-3 versus Jesse Johnson. And then we've got this match going on. And then as well, it looks like on the other stream table, table 20, you've got Al Perez and Stephen Holm. Nice try on the kick from Joe. He didn't quite catch that 3 ball, so it's going to be ball in hand for DAMIAN. And let me try to find the score on the other match that's going on. Between Stephen Holm is up 5-1 over Al Perez. And Al just scratched. All right, Mr. Jam Up Apparel. He's got such an interesting pre-shot routine where he kind of grips his cue shaft with his glove and, I don't know, just gets some of the chalk off of it or whatever, but kind of flips his hand up and does that, yeah, like that every time. Sort of reminds me of a hitter in baseball. They always have sort of this routine that they go through before they swing the bat. Staying in line nicely. Should be able to just nip draw this. I don't think his angle is severe enough to where he has to take it to the bottom rail. Yeah. Little pinch draw. He'll be drawing this to probably perfect shape for the 10 in the bottom right corner. Looks pretty good. Stephen Holm, meanwhile, up 6-1 on the hill versus Al Perez on the other stream table. About 34 people watching that one. And 33 people watching this one. So I would guess that 30 of them are the same people just watching on 2 screens. Oh, what, did I miss that? Yeah, I've been busy with stuff today, so I've been just kind of checking on scores and watching here and there. Well, somebody should just go back on YouTube and take a clip of that 10-ball cut so we can all see it again. Anytime you want to take a clip of a video on YouTube, it's pretty easy. If you notice at the bottom of your video, there's a little 3 dots or a pair of scissors icon that says clip, and you can make up to a 60-second clip. So it's always kind of fun to save really good shots or things that you want to play back later. YouTube 101 for you. But my guess is that most of you probably already know that. All right, 3-3. I like the winner break format. It really allows for the strong players to keep their momentum going. Good break. I'm not sure if he can see the 1 ball past the 3. If he can, this should be a pretty good opportunity to get going. We got Becca. Looks like Joe's niece. Welcome. Somebody said to change the scoreboard to Jose. That is, I guess, what it shows on the bracket. So, oh, that was a nice 2-rail kick at the 1. Didn't get it to go. Kind of surprising. You would think if you get a good hit on the 1 ball there that it would go in the pocket, but just hit it a little thin, and that's going to give Joe an opportunity to get going. And he's having a heck of a tournament so far. Chris, you don't like alternate break. You prefer the winner break format. I agree with you in longer races like to 9. But when you get to the shorter races like race to 5 or even 7 in like 9 ball, I feel like it should be alternate break just to make sure that you get those opportunities. But in a longer race, you're going to get opportunities even in winner break format. But no, I tend to agree with you. I like winner break. Okay, so Joe is a little bit hampered by the 5 ball shooting on the 3, but not much. I think he can see most of that ball, and he doesn't really have to do much to get to the 4. And my guess is he's already looking at playing the 5 off of the 9 to the side pocket potentially, because the 9 is in a really bad spot. I think you'd like to take that 9 off the rail if you have an opportunity to. You don't want to do it with the 4 ball because there's a huge potential to miss your shot. I mean, you could leave it there because where the 8 ball is, you can play the 9 up the rail. You can get to position that's really short on the 9 to play it up the rail to that top pocket. But that is, I'm sure, what he's calculating and trying to figure out is you got to take care of that 9 to close out the rack. See what he's got in store. Pocketing balls fairly nicely, staying in shape. And Joe Trevino this is his 4th match. This is round 4 of the A side. In the first round, he defeated Travis Hernandez 7-2. Then he went on to win Rizaldi Garcia 7-4. He defeated Jeff Jimenez 7-4. That's a big win. And he's going toe-to-toe with DAMIAN right now. So he's performing well for the 551 Fargo that he is displaying playing here in the bracket. Obviously, this guy has got a lot of skills, knowledge about the table. It's just a matter of execution and getting it done. I'm curious. He's looking at how does he want to get on the 8 to get on the 9 since it didn't get bumped at all. Okay. These next two shots are going to decide who wins this rack, I think. Could use top inside and try to run into the 9 to make it easier. Missed the shot. Now Damian's going to have to figure out how to take care of that 9 ball. Just in the worst possible spot on the table, other than being tied to a ball. He might play for bank shape on the 9. Because if you can get the cue ball anywhere in this area out here, that's a very high percentage bank for Damian. He's going to go back and forth and play it up in the top corner. And I don't have to tell any of you that this is very missable. It's amazing how often that point of the side pocket somehow punches the ball out. You think you hit it perfectly straight down the rail. So here we go. Yep, just like that. It's amazing. It's like it grows in arms or something on it and reaches out and punches the ball out of there. So often. So it landed fairly favorable for Damian. I don't think that Joe has the cut shot on it to the side there, but he does have the bank. He might have the cut. I think he does. He didn't point to the bank, so either that or he's playing a safety. Nope, he's got the cut right to the side, and he drills it and gets perfect shape. That was clutch, man. That was clutch to take the lead. A miss on the 8 ball from Jose, and then a miss on the 9 ball from Damian. That 9 was pretty tough. And it looks like we might have a player break. I'll be right back. All right, looks like we're back from break. And Joe Trevino, about 140-point underdog in this battle, finds himself in the lead 4-3. But he's got to keep up that pace for the entire match. And that's race to 9 is really hard to beat the heavy favorite. Race to 5 or 7, it's a lot more likely. So he's got a lot more work to do, but he's well on his way, and he's got to be happy and feeling confident right now with his performance. He's making some clutch outs. Nothing on the break, and nothing for DAMIAN to look at. So we're going to see a push out. My guess is that he might want to push it down to, I don't know, maybe like this spot down here. Tie up a couple of balls would be all right. Move the 10 ball to the bottom of the rail. It's not bad. I don't like letting him see this much of the ball because it makes the safety much easier. If I were DAMIAN, I would have preferred to put that cue ball on the bottom rail so that he is limited with the amount of spin. But that's just me personally. That was well played. Perfect safety. And he gets the tap of the cue from DAMIAN. And DAMIAN knows it. That was not the most ideal place to push out. He just left him too many options. So good kick. And it's going to come out. So Joe earned himself this opportunity to get going. He wins the push-out game. right, what's the plan for the 3-ball? Is he going to eye up the 3-7 combo? I think that's all he's got. He left himself with a pretty straight angle on the 2 to the side. From an offensive perspective, I think that's all he can do here is to set up for the 3-7 combo. I just don't like that combo. They're so far apart. Balls are 2 feet apart. That is what he's doing. Either that or he's setting up for a safety somewhere. But I'm not seeing a great safety opportunity here with all the open space that's on this table. I think he has to take this on, and he is. Not easy at all. So he is playing the safe, trying to get up and above those balls. Don't think he made it. Boy, that was really close to a great safety. Good idea, using that wall of balls over there. Yeah, he's got it. And it also looks like the 4 plays by the 9 in the side. So this would be a nice little pattern for DAMIAN. 4 on the side, 5 on the other side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're pretty much off and running from there. A roadmap, as they say. Wow. Wasn't expecting that, but maybe he didn't have the whole pocket because the 9 might have been blocking a portion of that pocket, but he ended up very safe. Being that it's so close to that 9, that does tend to block off. He might be able to hit this point of the rail with spin to bring it back like that with a lot of left spin. I don't know. Okay, he's calling that. He's calling the top left corner. He's going to try to kick at it. This has a scratch potential, I'm pretty sure, of where that 4 is sitting. He wants to come 2 rails into the 4. He does. Scratch potential in the other corner. Yep, in the other pocket. Yeah, if you're going to miss a shot, that's the way to do it. DAMIAN has gotten right up on this 5 ball. Control is not as dialed in as I would expect from DAMIAN. I've seen a couple. I've only been watching a little bit, but seen a couple of positional errors. I'm not saying that that was an error, but it certainly got a lot closer to it than he was expecting. And this looks to be most likely a tie ball game. I think it's just going to draw back about a foot and a half. All right, got a ball in the side, and I believe he's got to look at the one to cut it to the corner. I believe he's going to play to run into the 6 ball if he's playing this shot. Nope, he's not playing the shot, playing the safety. And I think he might have left this window, actually. This could be a stop shot. Yeah. Send the one ball up table and bring the cue ball in here nice and snug behind the 4. I think he's got it. Okay, he's calling in the pocket. I can't imagine he's going offensive here. This is definitely going to be a safety. Oh, I wasn't looking at that. I was convinced that he had the window directly to the 1 ball, but apparently not. Looked like my line drawing tool. It looked like he could see the 1, but apparently I did not see that correctly. Yeah, there just might not have been enough room between by the 6 and 4 for him to get to that 1. And meanwhile, Damian's matches have been. His first match was against Jeff Sorsdahl. He won 7-5. And he went on to defeat Cedric Sloan 7-1. He defeated Shu Cheng Chow 7-4, and now he's in this match with Joe. Another good shot there, being jacked up over the 10 ball. And meanwhile, Clay Belvoir is up 5-3 over Kyle Kleindl. So on the A side in this tournament currently, we've got Eric Vargas and Luis Oriana. They're going to be playing tomorrow, I believe. I believe that one, don't know when it's scheduled for, but we're going to find out. They've made it to the A side quarterfinal. You've got this match, these two gentlemen, Damian and Joe. Al Perez and Stephen Holm. I think that one finished, actually. I believe Stephen won that. They just haven't marked the score in the bracket because I did see on the live stream that he won. Those are the A-side players. Great break from DAMIAN. Let's see how his safety is going to turn out. What kind of safety he's got available here. I wonder if he can hit enough of the one, a full enough piece of the one to just bring it to the rail and back up again. I can't draw right there. Yeah, right back up again. Cue ball goes down to the 3. Perfect shot. Not sure if the 6 ball blocks the kicking lane. You could kick around the 6 with spin, maybe. I don't know. Looks like the 6 is really close to the path, if not directly in it. There's the masse possibility, I think, or a jump possibility. He is going to jump. I see that. Looks like he's gearing up to hop over the 4 ball. And he's bumped the 4. Ball in hand for DAMIAN. I apologize. That Stephen Holm and Al Perez match is not over yet. It's 8-4. Stephen's on the hill. It's still going on the live stream on table 20. Got 22 people watching that. Oh, thank you, Brendis, for the kind words. Appreciate that. See how he's going to play this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, just get as straight as you can on the 9. It's got a little bit of angle, which can take the cue ball towards the 10. So with this much angle, he might actually play to the other side of the 10 ball to play the 10 in the bottom left corner. He might be straight enough to just go forward. It's just a matter of, are you going to get too close to the 10 ball or not? Yeah, he's going to the other side. That's the right way to play it. If you're going to be getting close, you can stun it over there. And that was executed perfectly. Good out. DAMIAN starts off the rack with a break and a safety. Gets the ball in hand and runs out. And Joe's only shot was a jump shot attempt. And that's what DAMIAN does. That's why his Fargo is almost 700. He's going to get out on those open opportunities, and he's going to put you in tough spots. When you get the chance, you have to execute, because sometimes you don't get the chance. All right. Dry break. And now it's Joe's turn to start off with a safety. See how good he can lock him up here. The opportunity is definitely there to get frozen to the 5 or 4. Whichever one works with this angle. Pretty sure that's not what he was trying for. And this is tough. This is going to run into traffic here. Pocketing this one ball, he's going to try to spin the cue ball this way. That 9's going to play a factor. Watch as this cue ball comes off the 9 to get shape on the 2. Yeah, perfectly. Wow. That was so well executed. The speed and everything, knowing that he's going to come off the 9, and as long as it's going in that direction off the 9, he's going to be fine with that speed. Very smart play. Eyeing up the 3-6. He doesn't like it because it's not as straight as he wants, and it looks like the 3 is going to go towards the rail and the cue ball is going to go kind of the other way. So he's going to hit it, I think, a little bit firmer to get. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Probably going to duck here, I would assume. Yep. It's got that nice little wall of protective blockers. Is there a window to get through there? Not sure. Kind of looks like there's a window, but maybe not enough to make the ball. It would be nice just to not have to kick at it. But he is looking like he's going to measure for the kick shot. And using the mirror system, measuring. But if you come off the inside of this 4 ball, the potential to scratch is pretty high. Not sure which pocket he called. Okay. That was well hit. Does Damian want to get the jump cue out here and try to land on top of the 3? No, he kicks really good. Thins off the 3 and scratches. Okay. Joe won the kicking battle. He's going for the 310. So he says, I'm going for the blue cheese right here. Take my ball in hand and take a shot at the win. Yeah, Chris, that's it's a little harsh, but look, I get it. If you're the underdog in a match and you're not feeling 100% confident on the run out, you feel good about the combo, go for it. That's what I say. Um, you're not going to see that, in the higher levels and the I-600s, 700s. They're going to run out all the time in that situation, pretty much. But if you feel like your odds are better making that one shot than making 8 shots in a row, go for it. That's what I say. Thank you, Melody. As you're going to make my head swell. I'm just having fun like you guys. I'm just enjoying the game, enjoying the action. This is coming in a little hot for Damian. He's going to, no problem. He's going to go 3 rails around. Probably he's going to play the 10 in the side pocket by where his hand is. Nope, he likes the corner. Why not? When you can get perfect shape like that. Just like that. He rattles off, I think, 6 straight racks. He's up 7-4 now. I think it was 4-1 at one point. Or no, it was 3-3. It was 3-0 Joe, and then Damian has won 7 of the last 8 racks. So another dry break. And does Joe want to take on this bank? Okay, he had the cut. Using a little bit of body English to stop that cue ball from rolling behind the 8. I think it worked. One thing I noticed about Joe is he's a straight shooter. He can pocket balls. All right, we might have to see something here. It's got very straight on this 4-ball. To get shape on the 5, I think he has to draw this, unless he has a little angle and he can punch forward 2 rails and back out. Oh, he does have a little angle. Nice. Gets behind the 8, though. And let's see if he breaks out that jump cue again. This might be a half a ball to jump over. He is going to go get it. Well, he hits the 8. Cohen didn't get over the 8-ball. All right. So I'm curious what DAMIAN is going to do with the 7-ball. Oh, here we go. He's going to play the 5 off the 7 to open up the 7-ball. Or off the 9, potentially. I don't know. Yeah, off the 9, and that opens up the 9 into the 10, opens up the 7-ball. Smart shot from DAMIAN to get started with ball in hand here. Solve your problem right away when you have ball in hand, or play a safety. Those are your only options. You don't want to wait until later and figure it out. And I believe the 7 plays in the side, but he's going for the corner all day. Nice shape there. Perfect little inside angle to just go forward. That's the perfect natural angle. Send the cue ball. Maybe with some right spin over to the 8. I'm going to leave that there because I think that's pretty close to what we're going to see. Some top right. See that cue ball float over after it hits that top rail. He's missed it. He was focused on the 8-ball shape. He overcut it. Opportunity. Like we were saying, you don't get too many opportunities. DAMIAN's your opponent. So every time you get to the table, you have to make the most of it. And he's left himself a tough 8-ball. He's got to come with it on this one. Oh, and it drains it. What a great shot from Jose Trevino right there. But now we're going to have to go up and down. No other way around it. I like this cue ball going here, here, back to here. That's my cue ball path that I'm going for. I don't think he can hold it. I think this angle is too steep to hold. Oh, but you got to watch that scratch and the potential there. Either he hit it too full or he put a little bit of inadvertent English on the ball. It looked like straight top would have taken you to the first diamond, potentially. So now he's in a really tough spot. He's calling the bank. top right corner, letting it fly. This is his second shot at the 10 ball. First time was with ball in hand earlier in the rack. Tried it early a combo attempt and missed. But this one has a chance. No, no good. And it sets up for DAMIAN to put it away. Good try from Jose. He took a good run at it. And on the hill goes DAMIAN. And the break. Big break from DAMIAN. Pockets the 4 ball. No look at the 1. Looks like a push out is coming. And so Stephen Holm has won his match over Al Perez 9-4. Nice jump shot attempt. I don't think he called the 1 there, so that's going to be option for Joe. So the winner of this match will play Stephen Holm in the A-side semifinal tomorrow, and it looks like that match will be scheduled tentatively around 2 to 3 p.m. on table 19, which is this table. And table 20 tomorrow, 2 to 3 p.m., the other stream table, will be Luis Oriana versus Eric Vargas. That's going to be a great match. And those are going to be raced to 9, I believe. And right now on table 17, Daniel Sardoncilio is up 3-1 over Steve Klein. Ed Hobbs is up 1-0 over Clay Belvoir. And Michael Wormsley up 1-0 over Johendry Abrahamson. That's on table 20, the other stream table. So Johendry Abraham, and Michael Wormersley. That just started. So you can tune into that. All right. So Joe has left this one pretty perfect position for DAMIAN to float forward to get a good look at the 3. And the 5 ball is next. It plays in the side if he wants it, if he can try to get underneath the 10. But I think he's going to draw this probably out into this area here. Oh, he went forward with it. Not sure what had happened, but maybe some type of a miscue there. Cue ball goes straight into the hole. That was a nice shot from Joe. And he's in a position to get the rack if he stays in line. Bit of a draw shot here. Come out. You'd like to have a little angle on the 7. A lot of body movement in that stroke. Where's it going to land? It's in a manageable spot for DAMIAN to cut it in off the rail. Using the 9 to slow down the cue ball. Still got a tough shot on the 7 now. Chins it. And look at this cue ball. Coming around nicely for the 8. Great shot from DAMIAN. Wanting to close out the set. It's got a slight angle on the 8. That's going to be helpful so you can get down to the 9. And that's about all she wrote, folks. So, yeah, there's another stream going on right now on Table 20. If you guys want to jump over there, Michael Wormersley and Johendry Abraham are playing. It's tied 1-1. And yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, it'll be DAMIAN and Stephen Holm tomorrow on this table, Table 19. somewhere between 2 and 3 p.m. tentative start time. And then the other A-side semi will be Luis Oriana versus Eric Vargas on table 20, the other stream table, 2 to 3 p.m. tentative start time. The B-side matches will be starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and Dylan, the tournament director, will have that information for everybody sometime at the end of the night. Probably won't be until midnight because he's got to wait until all of the B-side matches that are scheduled for today get finished, which will probably be around midnight tonight. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching and keeping me company in the chat. And yeah, enjoy switching over to the Michael Wormersley and Yohendry Abraham match. And here, I'll throw that in the chat for you guys in case you need a link and you want to get over there and watch that one. All good. Have a great night.